Namaste. Welcome to class, where today we are definitely not talking about pyramid schemes. So take a seat, grab a pen and paper, where I'm going to show you the real pyramid scheme, not the MLM schemes that are typically associated with marketing. But in this video, you're going to learn exactly how you can destroy your competition using the power of social media marketing. Today what we're looking at is called the larger market formula. I first got to learn about this formula from two books. One book is called The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet, Holmes, and the second book I have right here is called Sell Like Crazy by Sabri, Suby. I highly recommend that you check out both books, and I'll leave a link down in the description below. But today I want to explain to you this concept which will completely change your business, and this concept will help you get more customers without spending a ton of money on advertising. Now let's face it, if you're in any industry, typically the big players have a big marketing budget. These are people who are willing to spend a lot of money on ads, and if you're trying to compete with them as a small business, you simply can't do it because you simply don't have the ad budget to do so. So what's the solution? Well, your advantage as an underdog is this. Most of your competitors are typically fighting for this much of the market, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what this is. What most businesses see in terms of their potential customers is just the tip of the iceberg. And what I mean by this is, if you see over here, about 3% of your customers, your potential market, is in buy mode right now, meaning these people have a pain point that they know needs to be solved right now. They've already made a decision to purchase something. Let's say you know that your car is old, you know you have to buy a new car, and you already know what car to buy. So all you have to do is you're just waiting to walk into a dealership and buy it. So most businesses, they want to capitalize, they want to capture this opportunity. They know that, okay, this person is walking into our car showroom, they're ready to buy right now. Or even when they advertise to those people, they run ads specifically like special offers or stuff like that to help you make that decision instantly. Some marketers also like to create a false sense of scarcity, maybe like a limited time offer or a discount, just so the customers don't procrastinate and they end up buying stuff. But that's only 3% of the market. The next step is about 17% of your potential market that is still untapped is in information gathering mode. So if you're, let's say, again looking to buy a car, you know you want to buy a car, so you've made that decision, but you're still looking at different car models, you're comparing specs, stuff like that, and you might even go to different dealerships, you might test drive some cars, you might do some research online, maybe watch some YouTube videos. So you're still in information gathering mode, but you're not ready to make a decision right now. And these two sections, 3% of the market, which is ready to buy right now, and 17% of the market is what most marketers, including online marketers, focus on. They specifically create messages so that they can convert people into customers right away. And that's a great strategy. Even we do this within our business. And just to give you an idea, we run a marketing agency called Vidgrowth, and we help our customers get more customers using online marketing. So in order for us to get customers, we also do a lot of advertising online, specifically Google Ads. This is a typical funnel. If you want a video on our exact marketing funnel, make sure to leave a comment down below, and I'll make a video explaining how we take people from an ad all the way to becoming a customer, and not just a one-time customer, but a repeating customer. So this is how most online marketers think. They think like, okay, I'm gonna capture these people by, let's say they do a Google ad. Let's say you are a car dealership, again, as an example, or any business for that matter, but for the purposes of this video, I'm gonna go with that car dealership example. Let's say you type certain keywords into Google, and some of these keywords are high buyer intent keywords. For example, if you're looking for a Honda dealership or a Toyota dealership, then you know that is a high buyer intent keyword, meaning the only kind of people who search for those things are people who want to buy. So a lot of dealerships would actually pay money on Google so that when you search for something like this, their website or their offer show up on Google as the first result. People even advertise using Google Maps and other platforms. But typically, if you want to tap into the 3% of the market who's ready to buy, Google ads or some sort of search engine ads get the job done. Now, the second part is the 17% of the audience that's in information gathering mode, meaning these people also have a buyer's intent, but they're still looking to do some research. So what a lot of marketers do is they run an ad, let's say a Google ad or Facebook ad. They obviously target the 3%, but in order to convert these 17% people into customers, they typically use the ad to send people to either a landing page or they talk to them over the phone, where they can simply educate the customer. Maybe they have a VSL or a webinar on the website, or they just get people to call them to learn more. Back in the day, businesses used to distribute brochures just to give people more information, but also kind of market to them, give them, an enticing package of, okay, this is the right thing for you. That's why people have salespeople and other marketing materials that they use online. But this is where most online marketers stop. All they want to do is they want to just keep generating traffic, target all the people who are looking to buy something or have some sort of problem, and they know they want to buy something to solve that problem. Then they either target people through ads or take an ad, send them to a video, something that will educate the customers who are in information gathering mode and teach them and convert them. And nothing wrong with that, but you're severely limiting yourself, because as you can see, you're only tapping into 20% of your potential market by doing this. So how do you compete with these people? Like, some people are experts at marketing, they have a lot of money to spend. Well, what I'm going to tell you right now is 80% of the market is still untapped. So 60 plus 20 is still untapped, and most marketers will not even touch this because it takes a long time to tap into this market. It's not easy. It's actually quite hard to do this, but if you do it correctly, and I'm going to show you how to do it, then you have a whole market. Like, some people like to call it the blue ocean, or some people like to call it like the tip of the iceberg, right? The iceberg, what you see is just pretty small, but the actual iceberg, the actual piece of ice below it that you can't see, it's below the surface, is actually substantially larger than what you see. So how do you tap into people who are problem aware, meaning people who know that they have a problem to fix? Let's say you're in the health and fitness niche, you're a personal trainer, you know there's like millions of people out there in the world that need help with weight loss, for example. And it's not like people don't know that weight loss is causing our problems. A large percentage of people who want to lose weight, but they never even considered that they can maybe, hire a trainer, or they can buy a piece of equipment, or they can join a gym. There's all these different things they can spend money on in order to get results. So these are people who are problem aware. And then there's also 60% of the people who are not even problem aware, meaning, let's say, again, going back to the car example, let's say there's a new law or something that says that if you use a car that's over 15 years old, then it's gonna become illegal pretty soon because of pollution. That's more of an extreme example, but people are not even aware of this. So how do you tap into these people? How do you educate them? Well, that's where the power of social media comes in. Like, literally all of these social media platforms out there, whether you're looking at YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, these have all become content marketing platforms over the years, meaning there's all these businesses putting out a lot of content, whether in the form of text, like a blog post or article, whether they want to even put out physical, like still newspapers, magazines, that's still a form of using text to market to your audience. Even books, there's a lot of authors out there that simply use books to market themselves. You have video content, of course, which all the social media networks are now focusing on video, because videos are just going to be way more engaging than just text or images. So platforms like YouTube, which is the largest video hosting platform, but also other platforms like TikTok and LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook and even Instagram, they all are heavily focused on video. And you're watching a video right now as well, where I'm giving you some information, and some of my audience watching right now may actually want to do business with us based on what we're sharing. So what I'm showing you is a live demo, live example of how content marketing works. There's also other formats of content, like you can do audio content like radio shows or podcasting or audiobooks. But generally speaking, these are the formats, like audio, visual, or a combination of both. So it's fine if you are a business who's focusing on these things. That's what we do as well. You need to spend some money on advertise for the most part, so that you know that you're spending money, you're also making some money. But just be aware that 80% of your market is still untapped. Even some of the best marketers are not willing to go there because it takes a long time to build a loyal audience with your content. But if you can do this, this will take your business to the next level. And why is that? Because with content and by building a social media following, by giving people value, you do two things. One, you build a lot of trust with the audience. You demonstrate what you're offering, your capabilities, your expertise, but also people trust you that this person is providing me with value upfront. And why should someone go with anyone else in that situation? Let's say your competitors are only advertising, but they don't really give people any other value other than buy my product right now. Then why will they go with your competitor? Number two is that by putting out content in this day and age, it builds your brand. Whether you're trying to build a personal brand or a corporate brand, if you have a following, that creates a lot of social proof. But it's not just about the social proof, it's just brand. Basically, just like Gary Vee says, your brand is your reputation. It's nothing more than that. People like to think of brand as a logo or some fancy brand identity, something like that, but that's not the case anymore. Yeah, sure, some brands have a recognizable logo, but for the most part, your brand is a reputation. So you're buying Nike not because of the brand or the tick mark. You're buying Nike because they have a good reputation of making good products that are reliable, fashionable, maybe your latest celebrities are using or endorsing them, or you buy an Apple iPhone, not because of the Apple logo, but you know that they make solid products over the last few years. So with the power of social media, forget about the branding and the logos. That stuff will come later. But if you are consistently putting yourself out there in front of your customers on all these media platforms, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever your audience is, there's a ton of options you have out there. Then that builds your brand like nothing else. So what I'm trying to say in this video is, if you want to tap into the 80% of the market, you need to really double down on your content marketing. Like really figure out what your audience is going through. If they're not problem aware, make them problem aware of what the problem is. And then eventually, these people will get into the buy mode, or people who are problem aware will go into the information mode eventually and buy now. So your goal is to drive people up here to the buy mode. So that can only be done by building your brand online, putting out content, building an audience, educating them. And this way you don't have to fight with other marketers or other businesses who are only going to focus on 3% or the 17%. You have a whole big market where these people will not be able to compete with you. So if you want to learn how to do content marketing, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, because this channel is dedicated towards helping you build a successful online brand using the power of social media marketing. And unlike all these other gurus out there, we actually do the work day in and day out. We are a marketing agency, and over the last few years, we've had dozens and dozens of clients build their brand online and convert their audience into loyal customers. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.